All right. So, for those of us who've seen the fight, we've seen that Earl Spence was in attendance at the Canelo Alvarez versus Colin Smith fight. Man, I was hoping that Canelo will say, I don't know why Earl Spence was here. I mean, it wasn't like we going to fight, whatever Earl Spence had to say about Crawford being at his fight. I was hoping Canelo would say the same. But anyways, man, just being sarcastic. But let's get real here, all right? Now, the reason why, okay, Earl Spence really don't want the Crawford fight, but he'll take Canelo instead, all right, is because of the business side. Now, I understand that he said the fight could happen in 2021 only under one circumstances, and that's for Crawford to take whatever they give him. All right, he threw numbers out there: 60-40, 70-30. Okay, I was hoping he wouldn't say 80-20, and he didn't. All right, but yeah, it's the business side. He's letting you know. You see, it's all about the money, and the reason he wants to go for Canelo, all right, is because he know he'll get the biggest check he has ever gotten in his career. Now, listen, neither Earl Spence or Terrence Bud Crawford, neither one of them two really are pay-per-view stars, okay? I mean, neither one of them can sell pay-per-view. I mean, let's get real here. Now, some of y'all might say, oh man, it's because of the live streams. That's a bunch of BS. I mean, look, you got two old fighters, all right? One guy who has not been in the ring in 15 years? And another who hasn't been in the ring in 3 years, okay? Roy Jones and Mike Tyson, that's right, okay? Now, they both jump in the ring for an exhibition fight, and they can pull 1.5 million. But these young cats, Gervonta Davis, Earl Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford, they can't even do that. They can't even pull 600,000, okay? Like, so I'm not trying to hear this crap. Oh, it's the live streaming and all that. No, these guys are not really stars the way we, try to, present them. Okay, we really making these guys bigger than what they really are. I mean, they're good fighters, but they're underground boxers. Okay, they're underground stars. They're stars of the underground. All right. Now look, I understand that Earl Spence, he sells more pay-per-view than Crawford. Maybe, okay, because they have been caught lying. All right, they try to say they did 380,000 with Porter and Spence, and Bob Arum had to debunk that. He said, man, they ain't do no 380. They did anywhere between what was it, 125 to 150, something like that. Okay, somewhere in that class they did. All right, so yeah, they've been caught lying once. I don't believe this 225 or 250 or so, maybe 125, maybe. All right, but I was hoping that fight would have done well because, look, this was Earl Spence coming back after a crazy car accident. He was taking on a pretty tough guy in Danny Garcia and everything's, hey, I thought it'd be another war like the Porter fight, but it was not like it. Hey, Earl Spence came back, showed he was the man. But he may be the man at 147, okay? But he's not the man of boxing like Canelo Alvarez is, all right? Now, he's talking about, yeah, man, he can go 160. Canelo looking at this dude like 160. Who do you think you are? You don't call the shots. If you want to fight me, hey, I'll take it, but you're going to do it under my terms. Now, if Canelo really want to fight him, I doubt if you go back down to 160. You probably catch weight. If you can come to 165, we got this fight. All right? 165 ain't too far from 168. All right, and no hydration clause. I'm calling shots here. I'm the A side here, son. You better be lucky that I gave you a contract and paying you the most money you ever made in your career. Now, going back with Crawford, you see with Crawford, like I said, they don't sell that many pay-per-views, Crawford or Spence. Okay, I mean, in money wise, okay, it's high risk but low reward for an Earl Spence. Okay, if you take the Crawford fight, is very high risk with low reward. So is the Canelo fight, but it's high risk with high reward. All right, so he'd rather take that fight. He's chasing after a big payday. A lot of people be blowing this kid up, and like Earl Spence gonna make this much. Man, we don't really know. Numbers, they be lying. Okay, we don't know the exact numbers. Earl Spence know. That's why he's not interested in fighting, Terrence Bud Crawford. Because look, Earl Spence, they say he did 225,000 with Danny Garcia. Okay, all right. So you have Terrence Bud Crawford did 150,000. Okay, look, them same 150,000 brought the fight with Earl Spence and Danny Garcia. Okay, and Danny Garcia, 100 something thousand fans. They brought it too, and that's how you got 225,000. Okay, so more than likely, it's like Terrence Bud Crawford just have hardcore boxing fans. Okay, the hardcores, we don't care who's fighting. Look, either it's Spence or it's Crawford, we gonna buy it. Okay, we gonna spend money on it. All right, that's a hardcore boxing fan for you. Okay, and Earl, he has like over what 700 something thousand followers on Instagram. You mean to tell me like out of all those 700 something thousand, not even 4 or 600,000 can fork out $80 to watch him fight? Man, come on, yo, they're not the real thing, yo. I mean, Roy Jones and Mike Tyson proved this. Okay, all right, these guys are kings of the underground. Okay, they're underground stars. They're not up there so everyone in the world can see them. All right, no one's really paying attention to them. All right, they're both good fighters, but no one's really paying attention to them. And Earl Spence knows this. That's why he wants Canelo Alvarez. So, anyways, that's my take on this CMD boxing reports, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.